What's going on, everybody? Today I wanted to bring you a breakdown video of my latest single called Dump Him. So I got my session on Logic open here. I'm gonna kind of like dissect it, show you what I did, how I got there, how I recorded it, what kind of sounds and plugins I used, so you can get an idea of what it takes to make an S.J. Stone song. So let's get right into it. So as you can see right here, my session is pretty big, but the essence of it is really an old song of mine. I originally recorded this song probably 3 years ago, something like that, and it was completely different. It was basically just vocals, guitars, and drums. And I'm gonna show you a little bit of it right now.
He's a man of you. He baby, it's not for you. My fears become a new addiction. I won't stop here. The secret to your heart's my intention. Don't bend, give a little heartache.
Anyway, you get the point. So what I wanted to do was to kind of like remix the song, revamp it, re-release it as something new and fresh. My sound lately has been kind of very pop, EDM, so I wanted to include those elements into this new remix and revive the sound of this song. So first things first, you need for that, I needed the stems of the song, which is all the elements of the song, the guitar, the vocals, the drums, split into separate tracks so that we can from there choose what we want in this new remix of the song. So right here, these 4 or 5 tracks are the original tracks that make up the old version of Dump Him. So the new remix of this song is gonna have all those instruments from the old one, but with other elements added to it that I'm gonna pull from a sample library. Once I had this all broken down, I wanted to add a bass. I never recorded a bass for this song, so I went ahead and recorded a simple, kind of funky disco line, and this is what I came up with. And it just repeats over and over again. It's the same line. It was good enough for me to like get started, get the ideas flowing, and start thinking about what I wanted the rest of the sound to be like. Side note, I'm not a bass player, so that's why I kept it this simple. Definitely what I needed next was a beat. And what I was looking for after playing that bass, I just felt like it needed some type of like 70s disco sound. So what I did was to go to splice.com, which is a website with a huge library of samples that other people uploaded. I downloaded a few of the beats that I could find in that style. And let's see. This is the one that really caught my attention. That's it. That's how, it's like a really short 4 bars. It just had the feel that I was going for. I knew it wasn't it wasn't the same tempo as my song, but that's not a problem. You can just put that in your session. You can just speed it up, and it sounds like this. So once I put in the new beat in the song, I ended up with something that sounded a little bit like this. Among all the other sounds that I found, there is this one that really caught my attention. It's like a really thick, bassy line that I thought, oh, that is great for a hook or great for the intro or every turnaround. So that's what I did with it. and it sounds like this. It was in the right tempo and everything. Tempo and key. So I took that and I was like, I'm gonna redo the intro of this song. Actually, the intro used to be a guitar. That used to be the intro. And I was like, well, this new sound is just captivating. I gotta include it somehow. But for this new bass hook line to fit in with the song, I had to cut out the guitar because they were playing different chords, different arrangements, and they were clashing. So I was like, I'd rather get rid of the guitar in that section just so that I can have this sound in the song. And this is what it sounds like. Already, it feels like a completely different song. So I was like, okay, I gotta keep going. What else can I add that is just out of the ordinary for me, completely different from what this song used to be? And I found this really futuristic sound that I just had to include. Let me show it to you. I was like, where can I put it? And I ended up putting it before the intro, right before anything. That's how the song begins. It starts with this pulsating, futuristic sound that kind of pulls you into the intro of the song. And now things are moving along, sounds are mixing in well. I was worried there for a second. I thought, this is not gonna work. I mean, the sound originally was like a very garage, grungy rock song. And to think that it would evolve into what it is now. Anyway, from then on, it was kind of a domino effect. I just kept adding little sound things like shaker things, whatever that is. And I just started beefing up the sound with like some synthy things. I really like that sound. So I incorporated that somewhere. This one. Super chill. I feel it needed to have that behind the beat, you know, to kind of like give you a sense of this. Anyway, I added a lot of transitions. I used this sound for a transition, that one for a transition, that one's another transition, like right here in the beginning. You know, I just needed that. That's the sound of it, that's a visual. Cool, and then I promised to take care of you. Yeah, so and then this one is more like very important stuff. Very important to add those little salt and pepper into the song, you know. Anyway, moving on. After all of that was said and done, I started adding a little bit more vocals to it, a little more ad-libs and sounds, and I ended up with these things, accents that just kind of complement the vocals of the verse and pre-chorus. You know, let me turn it up. Weird stuff, you know, just to fill in. Anyway, you may not hear these things the first time around, but as you keep listening to the song, second time, third time, you'll hear all the different sounds kind of hidden in the mix. One thing I want to show you is all the things that are included in the beat. I added tons of claps and snares and even toms in there that I think you should listen to. Different hi-hats with different sounds so that there can be a difference between going from verse to chorus and whatnot. Different snares added in just for seasoning purposes. I ended up also adding a different beat for after the second chorus because I thought we needed a break, like your ear kind of needs a break from the one beat throughout the whole song. So I landed on this one. Oh, I love that. For the bridge, I just did this shaker thing, the clave, whatever you call it, and the kick from the original version. A little bit of tambourine. Full beat. My goal with this project was to learn something new. I didn't just want to remix a song, but what I wanted to learn is how can I streamline my music making process? And the answer to that was, well, if you don't want to spend endless hours recording new sounds and coming up with new things, how about using a sample library? And that's something I didn't know how to do. So this project became my guinea pig to learn how to use samples to make a song. It's been very interesting and I've learned a lot. I think I feel a lot more confident now moving forward. This is something that I want to continue to do. I want to grab my old songs and continue to practice, bring new life to old songs. For some reason, that's all my mind can handle right now, the way things are, the way life is going right now. I think it's going to become a great way for me to find my therapeutic time while making music and learning something new. So I think it's something that maybe you should give it a try if you're into music and music production. Or if you do have experience doing this, maybe give me some tips because I would love to hear them. But anyway, that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you got something out of it, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see my face again. And I'll see you on the next one.
Really think he's after your heart? He, baby, is not for you. Whatever promises